A desperate woman takes a night shift cleaning job at a quiet Target store, only to discover a chilling list of rules she must follow to survive. But the store has secrets, and breaking even one rule could mean joining its silent, unblinking collection, forever. Have you ever really looked at mannequins? Not just glanced at them while walking past the storefront, but really looked? Those blank, plastic faces. The smooth, emotionless expressions. The way they seem to stand too still. Almost like they're waiting. I used to laugh at people who said they were creepy. I'd heard all the jokes, they're just plastic, or, what, are they going to come to life like in a horror movie? But after what happened at that Target store on the outskirts of Minneapolis, I don't laugh anymore. I don't even go near department stores if I can avoid it. Not after what I saw. My name is Jessica. I was 27 when it happened, and everything in my life was unraveling. Rent was overdue, my boyfriend had ghosted me, and I was 3 days away from being evicted. I'd been eating ramen for a week and rationing quarters for gas. So when I saw the ad pinned to a telephone pole by my bus stop, I didn't think twice. Night shift cleaner wanted. $18 per hour. No experience necessary. That was enough for me. I borrowed my roommate's coat and took the next bus to the address listed. The building was enormous, tucked away behind a strip mall. A monolith of corporate retail with bright red Target signs glowing faintly against the snow-laced night sky. There were no cars in the parking lot, just an old delivery truck with fogged-up windows. It was 10:47 p.m. when I got there. By 10:58, I was standing at the employee entrance, shivering. The manager, Greg, met me at the back door. A tall man in his 40s with the kind of posture that screamed, too many night shifts. He had dark circles under his eyes and nicotine-stained fingers. He looked me over once, sighed, and handed me a mop and bucket. You clean. 11 to 7. Straight lines. No questions. I blinked. Wait, don't I need some kind of orientation? He shoved a laminated paper into my hands. Just follow the rules. You'll be fine. The rules. Always mop in straight lines. Never circles. Never backtrack. If the mannequin in aisle 7 is facing west, do not touch it. Check the mirrors in the fitting rooms every hour. If anything looks strange, leave. But do not run. Do not stir the mop water after midnight. If you hear whistling, stop what you're doing. Exit the aisle. Immediately. Do not speak to anyone who looks like an employee but doesn't wear a name tag. If you find a second mop bucket, leave it. That one isn't yours. Avoid the toy section between 3 o'clock and 3:30 a.m. Never answer the store phone, no matter how long it rings. He left without waiting for my response. I was alone. The store was dead silent, save for the low hum of fluorescent lights and the occasional groan from the building settling in the cold. I started at the back of the store, as instructed, the mop squeaking wetly on the tile. I focused on the straight lines, not because I cared, but because the act gave me something to do with my hands. Everything was quiet until about 11:50 p.m. I had made my way to aisle 7, where the mannequins stood dressed in the latest clearance rack fashion. One mannequin stood apart, posed in the middle of the aisle. It was facing toward the rear wall. Was that west? I had no idea. But I didn't forget the rule. It felt off. The way it stood, head tilted slightly, fingers too long and curled. I gave it a wide berth, my eyes flicking back to it every few seconds. By midnight, I was back by the mop bucket. I was tired, cold, and slightly amused by the whole thing. Stirring water? Really? What harm could it do? I stirred the mop out of habit. And then I stopped. The water bubbled. Not like soap suds. It boiled, thick and dark, like tar. I backed away, heart thudding. The air shifted. Grew colder. My breath fogged again even though I was indoors. I grabbed the mop and moved away quickly. I thought I saw movement at the end of the aisle, but when I looked directly, nothing was there. Just shadows. Or so I thought. The mirrors. 1 a.m. was mirror check. I remembered the rule and hurried to the fitting rooms. It was darker there, somehow. The overhead lights flickered, and the air smelled faintly metallic. I checked the first mirror. My reflection blinked. I didn't. I stumbled back, heart racing. I checked the next mirror. My reflection waved. I did not. The last mirror showed nothing. No reflection at all. I left. Fast. Not running. But nearly. Back in the aisles, things had changed. The mannequins were no longer in aisle 7. They had moved. Closer to the center of the store. Closer to me. One held a note. It read, in jagged red letters, "Don't go near the loading dock." I swallowed hard. 2:15 a.m. Stockroom cleaning was next. Right by the loading dock. I didn't want to go. But I did. The stockroom was cold. The door locked behind me. The lights buzzed violently, casting long, shifting shadows. The dock door was open. Beyond it, pure black. 2 glowing eyes blinked at me. The whispers returned. Then laughter. Then a voice. Leave. I ran. The door opened, and I collapsed into the hallway, heart pounding, limbs trembling. The mop bucket was there, overturned. The water had spilled. My reflection was in it. But someone stood behind me. I turned. Nothing. But then, mannequins. All of them. Blocking the hallway. Faces turned toward me. They spoke. Jessica. And then I broke the final rule. I ran. Down the hall. Past the registers. Toward the exit. The glass doors didn't open. They never opened. Behind me, the mannequins moved. Their limbs cracking, voices echoing, laughter growing louder. I turned around. And saw myself. Frozen. Plastic. Lifeless. My name tag still pinned crookedly to the red polo shirt. But it wasn't over. Not yet. The next morning, I awoke on the break room couch. Greg was sitting across from me, sipping black coffee. "You made it farther than most," he said. "Thought you might last a few more nights." I blinked. "What happened last night?" He shrugged. "Same thing that always happens. The store tests you." I stared at him, confused. "You knew? And you just let it happen?" He stood slowly, eyes tired. "They let me go home. I do what they ask, and they let me leave when the sun comes up. You won't get that deal. You broke too many rules." Then he handed me a new laminated sheet. The heading had changed. Assistant Manager Protocols. Below it, the first line read, "Greet new cleaners. Give them the rules. Let the store decide." I looked up. He was gone. Just like that. And I understood. It was my turn now. I waited. A few days later, someone new came in. A young guy, probably in his early 20s, eyes wide with exhaustion and desperation. I handed him the rules. He smiled awkwardly. "Thanks. First job I've had in months. I really need this." I nodded slowly. "Just follow the rules." He didn't. By 3:30 a.m., he was gone. No one ever saw him leave. But there was a new mannequin by the toy section the next morning. I didn't recognize the face. But the shoes? They matched the ones the kid had been wearing. I didn't cry. I couldn't. Not anymore. The store had taken that from me too. The store never closes. Not really. And someone always answers the job ads. You might even be next. Just remember. Follow the rules. Or become one of them.